Hi everybody, I'm sitting here with Father Kelly.
Good morning, everyone.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, Tom?
Good, I'm feeling all right. So, it's funny, you wouldn't think of this, but it is kind of a busy day at the parish.
It is.
So what's going on today with the food pantry?
So today they're handing out the Easter baskets to each of the families that have called in need. So certainly every donation that people have been still willing to drop off and help support, they're handing them out to everybody kind of in shifts to try to have some sort of order with everything. But they're going to serve a lot of people and they do great work, and there's a whole crew out there, so we're certainly grateful for all of them.
Yeah, and they're very careful, I've noticed, looking at everybody.
Yep. No, they're doing good with social distancing and everything, and trying to make it easier for everyone who's coming, and being able to just drive up as if you were going to Hannaford or Price Chopper and you placed an order. So they got a good system in place and a whole crew out there. So
it's a lot of people. When we look at the whole year, there's a lot of people that are served through our food pantry.
Correct. Yeah, it's overwhelming as far as the way that everyone responds. They contribute to it and they participate in it. But the community we serve is larger than we would think.
Yeah.
And it's not just in Latham. It's also parts of Cohoes and Watervliet. But you get people of all walks of life, who need a little help, and they do a great job in doing exactly that.
If somebody wanted to support the food pantry right now, what could they be doing?
Certainly they're still taking donations as far as food, canned goods, things like that. Of course, some people have just donated, money towards it. I think when we're back open and, the governor releases us from everything, certainly, we're hoping that more people will be, inspired to contribute as far as their time and helping and all of that, because there's a lot of lugging and carrying and sorting and everything. So that's what everybody can do.
Cool. If somebody wanted to leave a donation, where would they leave it?
So they can either mail it in, they can leave it in the front office. The office is open every day. Michelle is there in front, so they can certainly do that. Otherwise, some people have left stuff in the pour box, in the candle box in the chapel, and then we're going to have another sort of safe type box that people have been using to drop off stuff near the chapel. And
people have been leaving food by the chapel and by the front doors, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, the chapel and then the school front doors. Those are the ones that we check regularly. So if they leave it in the front of the church, we may miss it.
All right. Yeah. So. Good call. Good call. Well, we are now in the midst of Holy Week.
Yes.
And there's a lot, it's just Holy Week, it makes me think of a lot of different things. I just was wondering, what are some of your favorite Holy Week traditions? Maybe what were your favorite traditions as a kid versus what are your favorite traditions now as a priest?
I got to say that it's one and the same for Holy Week for me. My favorite part is when we can do the Easter Vigil and we do the lighting of the Easter fire, and then we light the Paschal candle, and we come in darkness, and everyone's lighting their candles, and we go through the beginning of the readings. That's my favorite part. And it's certainly sad that we can't do it this year, but I'm hoping, again, when we're back open, that there's something that we can do. Because whether we're still in the Easter season or not, we're going to find a way to do that and renew our baptismal promises together. And even if we do that before Mass or during a Mass, I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with that.
No.
So,
yeah, I feel like we're going to have Easter on Sunday this year.
Yes.
But I feel like we're also going to have a delayed Easter as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
But every Sunday's an Easter, so.
That's true. That's true.
We do have that.
That's true. I was thinking about, people might not realize this, but you say Mass all the time. As a priest, you say Mass all the time.
Every day.
And when you're going through the readings and the prayers of the Mass, has there been anything that you've been hearing that has really spoke to you?
So I say Mass every day, and of course I'm doing it privately now, with the exception of when we're recording it, and then it's a few people that are involved, yourself included. I think what really stands out for me is, I think it was last Saturday, there was a line in the Psalm that was, "I will turn every sorrow to joy." And that just really kind of hit me, because I think not only in this time, but it's something we kind of fail to remember as we're going through sorrows or heartaches or difficulties. Like, God's got it. he's going to turn it around. One of my friends from seminary posted online the other day something that I actually hadn't known, and we were incredibly close in school, but he was suffering from incredible back pain at the time, and it was our 5th year of seminary, and he basically was crawled up, in a ball, suffering, and he was reading, I think it was Psalm 18. It was, the Lord is my rock, my fortress. That he said in that moment and through that, he recognized he was trying to be the rock all along. And that's the guy in his 5th year of seminary. Like, we are just about to be ordained deacons, and of course the year after priests, to sit there and say, like, my faith is not what I thought it was. I was trying to do it alone. And when I read that, it hit me profoundly, because I think that's something that I've done. So there was a relatability thing, but it was neat to kind of reflect on, to say, how often do we try to be the rock, the fortress on our own, when it's really going back to God and saying, nope, you got this, nope, you got this. And even in suffering or turmoil, or even in the joyous and happy times, that was something that it really stood out for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. A lot of people, they might not realize this, but they could follow along with the readings at home.
Correct.
If you go to the bishop's website, usccb.org,
yep,
you could follow along with the readings every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have that. We also have the books for Word Among Us. A number of people have picked up. We would have them outside the chapel. We get them, I think, monthly or quarterly. But the resources are certainly out there, and the USCCB is the easiest one, to go to. So
that's awesome. I've had a couple parishioners ask me about this, and I was wondering if you could help me explain this better. So some people, they get masses said sometimes for loved ones who have passed away, and so they have special intentions at the mass that have been set aside for special masses.
Correct.
What's going to be done about those masses?
So we tried to put it out in some way to kind of give people information, but basically when I'm still praying the Mass every day, I'm still praying the intention for the people that have, obviously scheduled them. But on top of that is we're looking to reschedule them after, if folks want to do that. And we were looking at after June 1st to do it, just because of the uncertainty of when we'll be back open and all of it. But that's basically what we're looking to do, is either have folks call us and we'll reschedule them, or each week we were going through and asking them, okay, we're still praying your Mass today or this week. However, is there a time in the future where you and your family would like to schedule it? So it could be somebody's anniversary then, it could be their birthday, whatever sort of special occasion that they wanted, or just a Sunday, that they could come together. So we're doing both.
That's good.
Both. That's
good to know. That's very helpful to know. I just had one last question. When you're at Mass, since you're going to Mass even when we're not able to, how do you remember the community when you are at Mass?
So it's interesting. When I look out, and of course I see the pews like they are now, they're empty and it's sad. I actually picture where people sit, because we're all creatures of habit.
Yeah.
This is my pew, is my spot, and it's almost like you're still there with them, because you can envision it. This is where John would sit, and so on and so forth down the road. So, but of course you're remembering them at home. It's kind of like our faith is centered around Christ, around the Eucharist, that even though we're not physically next to each other in the same building, we're still united in that. That we can, again, have this opportunity to reach out through social media in some way, and that people can see their home parish, they can see their priest, they can participate in a way that, even though we're watching it from computers and TV, that we're still a community, and nothing's ever going to take that away.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me, and is there anything you want to add?
Certainly, same as usual. If anybody has any questions, comments, that they'd like us to address, this is something we're looking to do well beyond into the future, even after, again, we're back open and in full swing, where it's a way to connect, to talk about things that we want to do in the parish, because this has been a great time for us to sort of plan out what we really want to do for growth in the future, other outreach, development of new ministries and things like that. So if folks have ideas that they want or would suggest, anything that we can sort of talk about, certainly let us know in the comments or email us or call us. I had mentioned before that everyone on the staff has been calling the parishioners. And if you haven't gotten a phone call yet, just bear with us, because there's 2,200, and I think they've gone through about 700 so far, somewhere in that area. So it's not that we're trying to leave anybody out, but we got a large number to go through, and we hope that everybody at least gets one phone call out of it. And of course, thank you for all your prayers, your encouragement, your contributions, that everyone is still mailing in or signing up for e-giving to help keep the heat and lights on and us continuing to do the work, because I assure you, everybody on your staff is working hard. They really are. We can't wait till we can come back again, and that's what I got.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Father Kelly.
You're welcome. So,
all right.
Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day.
We'll see you guys later.